Today, you've taken on a subject entitled The Story of O.J. Okay?
Story of O.J.
Very popular. Why wouldn't we do that?
Yes,
It's not a long subject,
right.
but we pray that it be a strong subject
Yes.
and a very informative subject.
Yes, sir.
The story of O.J. What is he saying? What is O.J.'s story? A black man married to a white woman.
Go ahead, brother.
The white woman gets killed, the black man is put on trial. The story of O.J. is the story of the people of O.J.
Yes, sir. You go over that.
That's the story.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Black man trying to be with white people.
Right, say that, brother.
That's O.J.'s story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
And we see the consequences of what happens to the black man trying to be with white people.
That's right.
Right.
That's the story of O.J.
Right.
He didn't even have to say nothing else. That is the story.
Right.
He's saying a lot of other things in the song, but the moral of the story is stay away from white folks.
Yeah.
That's the moral.
Come on, brother.
Damn. See, the white man gave you Instagram, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave you a program.
That's
right. Now, how many of us are on Instagram?
Come on now.
Okay. How many of us are on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad program? I hope so.
Yes, sir.
See, a program is a plan of things that are done in order to achieve a specific result. A program is a plan of things that are done in order to achieve a specific result. He did not just come and give you religion. He came and gave you a whole program.
Yes.
A plan
Yes, sir.
to help you and I achieve a specific result.
Yes, sir.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, I have given you a program
Yes, sir.
according to the divine supreme being and his prophets.
Yes, sir.
He said, you have neither produced another program or anything to equal it.
Yes, sir.
He said, by the help of Allah, I will and I have proved to you
Right.
that what Allah has given me
Right.
is correct.
Right.
He said, but if you can prove that you have a better program
Right.
for the future of our people,
Yes, sir.
I will take me and my followers and come and join you.
That's right.
But if I have the better program,
Right.
then you bring you and your followers and come and join me.
Right. That's right, brother. Right.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us and is giving us a 22-point program.
Yes, sir.
22 points. Why 22? The 22nd chapter of the Holy Quran is entitled The Pilgrimage.
Yes.
He's taking us on a journey.
Right.
A journey to do what? To leave one condition and go into another condition.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of us don't want this program.
Go ahead, brother.
And we act or claim as if we don't understand it.
Yes, sir.
So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said this past Wednesday, he said the only reason that you don't understand is because you choose not to understand. Because whenever there's something in the teachings that you don't agree with, you act as if you don't understand it.
Right.
Y'all don't get that, brother.
Yeah.
So the Quran says, nay, they reject him whose knowledge they cannot compass. See? It's not that you don't understand, but you choosing to allow yourself or to force yourself not to understand.
Right.
Because you don't agree with what's in the program.
Right, sir.
Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
That's right.
White man gave you Instagram to socialize you.
Yes, brother.
Socialize means to make someone behave according to the ways, the customs of the society.
Yes, sir.
The Honorable Minister Elijah Muhammad gave us the program to re-socialize us.
Right.
Re-socialize means to create a new attitude, a new culture,
Yes, sir.
a new way,
Right.
in order to be fit and prepared to enter into a new society.
Right.
Praise be to Allah. Now, how does this program fit?
Come on.
How does it fit? How does it fit? How does the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad fit? What allows him to come up with this program? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this on page 10 of Message to the Black Man. He said, my greatest and only desire is to bring true understanding of the Word of God, His prophets, and the scriptures which the prophet was sent with, pertaining to the lost found people, the American so-called Negro, of God and the judgment of the world. He said, my greatest and only desire is to bring true understanding to the prophets and the scriptures and that which they were sent with. His greatest and only desire is to bring true understanding. The Bible says wisdom is the principal thing, but in all thy getting, get understanding.
That's right. That's what it says.
And what brings about understanding? They call it an arc. Right? And one of the components of understanding is affinity. Not infinity, affinity. Affinity means affection, love. You understand? Between two people. See, a lot of times when you don't understand what someone is saying, it's based on how you feel about them.
Go ahead, brother. Stay right there.
So if you don't love black, then anything that comes through black, you're going to have a hard time understanding it. Because you have an issue with the vessel through which the word comes through. So if you don't have a natural attraction or love for the person to whom the vessel comes from, you're going to have a problem in understanding that which is coming from them.
Yes, right. That's right. Right, brother. Right.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, love self first.
Yes.
Because if you don't love self, you'll never understand that which is coming from self. This is why we are more prone to believe what comes from the Caucasian. Because we have a natural affinity or liking towards him. You ever heard of the halo effect?
Yes, sir.
They say the halo effect is that we believe that a person who is attractive physically, everything else is good about them. So their physical attraction or their physical characteristics makes it more easy for us to believe what comes from them because of how they look.
That's right.
The component of understanding is affinity.
Yes, sir.
If you don't like someone, it's hard for you to listen to them. Get the hell out of my face, man. I don't want to hear that. You ever been arguing with somebody?
Go ahead.
At that point, the affinity is gone. So it's hard for you to really hear them and understand them. So it takes that after you cool down. You're like, man, damn, he was right, man. He was right. See, at that moment, I couldn't feel you because we was arguing.
Right.
But I thought about it. I came to my senses. My affinity now is back, so I kind of understand you was right, man. Affinity.
Yes, sir.
The second component, they say, is reality. Reality is that which we agree upon that is real.
Yes.
See, if there's no reality, then there's going to be no affinity. Right? The third one is affinity, reality, and communication.
Right.
See, if we can't agree on what's real, then we can't communicate.
That's right. That's right, brother.
See? Why is it hard for us to understand the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Because we don't really know what's real. We've been so deceived as to what reality is that it's hard for us to communicate.
Right, sir.
We don't know if God is real or the devil is real.
Right.
So it's hard for us to communicate. Henceforth, we have no understanding. We're missing each other.
Right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
My greatest and only desire is to bring true understanding
Yes, sir.
to the prophets,
Yes, sir.
the scriptures, and that which they were sent.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now that's a problem in and of itself. Because sadly enough, and I beat this drum beat all the time, a lot of us really just don't care for the word of God.
Come on, God.
We really don't care.
Right.
And it's not because we are just disrespectful, but one reason Minister Farrakhan said is because the way the scriptures have been represented to us. The scriptures was meant to entangle you and to confuse you. And one of the detriments to human learning is the misunderstood word. So when you misunderstand something, it bores you. And you are not interested in what you're reading because you can't seem to get the understanding.
Right.
But the enemy of God did that purposely and intentionally.
Right.
So that you will not be attracted to God's word. Because it's so difficult for you to understand.
Right.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this is why God had to come himself. To make sure that you and I would not be misled. Or what we are receiving or getting, there's no mistake. He had to come himself and make sure he teach one himself and give him knowledge of the book, the wisdom and the prophecies. So that when he gives it to us, we would have no excuse in misunderstanding or disregarding them.
That's right, brother.
He said, my greatest desire is to bring true understanding of the word of God. And that was the prophet was sent with. We're talking about the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says some men are born with the gift of prophecy.
Yes, sir.
Some men are born with it. And others are trained into it by a careful study of history. History is what? Cyclical in nature. It repeats itself. Not naturally, but why does history repeat itself? It's because those who were preceded, or let me say it like this. History repeats itself because a lesson was not learned. You understand? So the same thing keeps happening over and over again. Not that it should be like that, but when man and woman does not learn their lesson, then they repeat the same thing of those who came before them. Therefore, history is cyclical in nature. So when you read Bible and Quran, you're reading the same stories over and over again. The people doing the same thing that those preceded them did. Why? Because they did not respond properly to the man that God sent them. So after the man left, God had to raise up another man to tell and teach them the same thing. Because they didn't get it and neither are you getting it. So it's cyclical in nature. So some men are born with the gift of prophecy and others are trained into it by careful study of history.
That's right, brother.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Now, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us this Wednesday the way that prophecy is written.
Go ahead.
He said, how is prophecy written? He said, you multiply facts.
Go ahead.
You multiply facts.
Yes, sir.
By the circumstances and the condition of the people.
Yes.
And then you get prophecy. You multiply facts.
Go ahead.
By the circumstances and the condition of the people. And therefore you get prophecy. In mathematics, in order to get the unknown, you have to calculate on what?
No.
What is known. And once you calculate on what is known, this gives you what? The unknown. So prophecy is what? Unknown. So how do you get the unknown? By calculating on what is known, and what is known are the facts.
Right.
So you multiply the facts on what you know by the circumstance and the condition of the people, and therefore you'll get and see what you don't know.
That's right. That's right, brother. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother. It's all right. Go ahead.
You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I never knew how prophecy was written. Minister Farrakhan just told you. You follow me?
Right.
Now, The Bible says in the book of Isaiah, the first chapter, the 18th verse, it says, "Come, let us reason together, saith the Lord." Now, reasoning is reasoning, but they have specific types of reasoning.
Yes, sir.
And one type of reasoning that they have is called analogical reasoning.
Yes, sir.
Say that with me.
Analogical reasoning.
Analogical reasoning is the process of reasoning by comparing the past with the present.
Okay.
Right? Analogical reasoning is the process of reasoning by comparing the past with the present. So when you reason analogically, you are seeking to compare two things by assessing the degree to which those two things are different or alike.
Right, right.
I'll say it again. When you reason analogically, you are seeking to compare two things by assessing the degree to which those two things are different or alike. And after you make your comparison,
Yes, sir.
if you identify factual similarities between what you have compared, then at that point you are justified in treating them the same.
That's right. Good point.
You got me?
Yes, sir.
After making your comparison,
Right.
if you identify factual similarities
Yes, sir.
between the two things that you compare, then at that point you are justified in treating them the same.
Right, right, right.
So if you look at scripture,
Come on.
right,
What is it?
and you reason with the scripture analogically,
Yes, sir.
if you make a comparison between the people, their circumstance, and their condition,
Right,
between us as a people,
right,
our circumstance, and our condition,
right, right.
and if we find factual similarities, are we justified in treating them the same? Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Are there factual similarities between us and the children of Israel?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Are there factual similarities between us and Muhammad's people?
Yes, sir.
Us and Jesus' people?
Yes, sir.
Then how should we treat them?
Right, right.
Are we justified in treating them the same?
That's right.
If we find factual similarities
Right, right.
between Moses' people
Right.
and the people of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
should we treat them the same?
Yes, sir.
We should treat them the same, right? So what was the only solution
Right.
for the people of Moses? You're scared of that. We don't even know. Some talk about reparations. Hell no. It ain't never been no reparations. It was reparations in the form of separation.
That's right. Right. Say that. Say that.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad
Yes, brother.
says in Message to the Black Man
Yes, sir.
on page 45 and 46, separation of the so-called Negro from their slave masters' children
Yes.
is a must. It is the only solution to our problem. He didn't say it was one of the solutions. He said it was the only solution. What does the word only mean?
He's the only one. That's
It
it.
don't mean it was one of the solutions to our problem.
Right, right, right.
He said it was the only
Right.
solution to our problem.
That's right, brother.
But you know what is our problem?
Say that, brother.
That we don't know our problem.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, how many of us have ever heard of a well-defined problem? This is good. We're gonna learn it then. A well-defined problem.
Yes, sir.
A well-defined problem in the study of problem solving is any problem in which the beginning or starting point of the problem is known, the methods to fix the problem in the goal state are clearly specified, and a unique solution can be found to exist.
Right, right.
That's what they define as a well-defined problem.
Yes, sir.
A well-defined problem is a problem in which the beginning of the starting point of the problem is known.
Right.
A method
Yes, sir.
to fix the problem is known.
Yes, sir.
The goal state are clearly specified, and a unique solution can be shown to exist.
Yes, sir.
So in the study of problem solving, they have what is called a well-defined problem and an ill-defined problem.
Right.
And an ill-defined problem is the reverse or the opposite. The starting position or the beginning of the problem is not known. Methods to fix the problem does not exist. And there's not a unique solution to fix the problem.
Right.
Black folks got a problem.
That's right.
Don't we?
Yes, sir.
But the problem is, it is not well defined in us. You know why? Because we don't know the starting point from which our problem began. So we just know the effect of our problem. We looking at each other. But you and I are not the starting point. We are the effect of the beginning point of the problem.
Right.
Which is who and which is what? White folks.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I gotta tell you.
That's right,
This is
come
what
on.
a lot of our so-called leaders are missing and cannot fix the problem. Because they are trying to put a band-aid on the effect and not taking us to the beginning. So in Dianetics they say, let's go back to the beginning. Because if you don't know the beginning, you can't fix the middle or the end. You're starting at the wrong point. So our problem is not well defined among us or our so-called leadership. But a well-defined problem is a problem where the starting point or beginning point of the problem is known.
That's right.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew it. And he knows it.
That's right.
But when he tries to tell us about it, we say, hey, scapegoating. No, he's given us the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Because as it was in the beginning, if you don't know the beginning,
Right.
then you are what? Repeating history.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad can say the only solution to our problem. How can he say that? Because the problem is well defined.
Yes, sir.
So when you know the problem and it's well defined, then you can give an absolute solution. But if it's not well defined, you're going to be missing something in your solution.
Right.
So many of these leaders, they cannot solve our issues. They say, well, we need jobs. We need this. We need education. We need all of those things. And those are part. Those are part of what we need.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's a piece.
Right.
But that's not the whole.
Exactly.
See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is giving us the whole solution.
Right.
See, we need separation.
Right.
Because if we had separation, then those other things will automatically be fixed.
Right.
But you need education, economics. Why? Because there's no separation. So separate, and these other things can be fixed.
Yes, sir.
But you're trying to fix these things without separating.
Sure do.
Very good. Thank you, my brother. Now, black folks got a problem. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, they have what is called problem-solving therapy. And we got a lot of problems.
That's right, brother.
So we need some problem-solving therapy.
Yes, sir.
And problem-solving therapy is therapy in which a person is taught a structured approach to recognizing problems and finding workable solutions. Problem-solving therapy is therapy. It's beautiful. In which a person is taught what? A structured approach to recognizing problems and finding workable solutions. So what did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad give us? A structured approach. This approach is very structured. Very structured. He gave us a structured approach. He was giving us some problem-solving therapy. The approach is structured and the solutions are workable. But in order for the solutions to be worked, you need a group of people who are not afraid to work the solutions that are workable. Praise be to Allah. Now, what is the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
All right. Go ahead.
He said we want freedom.
That's right.
But before I do that, let us define what is a program. We defined it, well, we're going to redefine it again.
Yes, sir.
A program is a plan of things that are done in order to achieve a specific result. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
A plan. A plan. You can believe in God, but you still need a plan.
Talk to us. Talk to us.
The Quran says Allah plans.
Yes, sir.
It didn't say that He don't plan. It says that He plans, and He is the best of planners. So we got a plan, and we got to have the best plan.
Yes, sir.
The best plan according to our circumstance and our condition. Follow me.
Yes, sir.
So what is this plan that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gives us? He said first we want freedom.
That's right.
But then he qualified what kind of freedom we want. He said we want full and complete freedom. We don't just want freedom because the Emancipation Proclamation so-called gave us that. It was freedom, but it wasn't full, nor was it complete. Why? Because the freedom did not fix or make us whole.
That's right.
Therefore, it was not complete. When we left slavery, we was a fractured people. So although you freed our body, you did not free our mind. So it was not full, nor was it complete. It was incomplete. Therefore, everything we did was incomplete. We start doing something, we're never complete. We start doing this, we never finished it. Everything we always tried to do, it was incomplete because we was incomplete. So he said we want a full and complete freedom. Then he said we want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, class, or color. Then he said we want equality of opportunity. We want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. 1, 2, 3.
Come on now.
1 in numerology represents God.
Right.
See, you can't get to God unless you're free.
Yeah, that's right.
So he said it's more important to teach separation than it is prayer.
That's right.
Because you can't get to God unless you're free.
That's right.
We have never been free, fully or completely.
Right.
Right? Number 4, we want our people in America, parents, our grandparents, were descended from slaves, to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land, and that the area must be fertile and minerally rich. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in a separate state or territory for the next 20 to 25 years until we are able to produce and supply our own needs. Then he said, since we cannot get along with them in peace and equality, after giving them 400 years of our sweat and blood and receiving in return some of the worst treatment human beings have ever experienced, we believe our contributions to this land and the suffering forced upon us justifies our demand for complete separation in a state or territory of our own. Then he said, we want freedom for all believers of Islam now held in federal prisons. We want freedom for all black men and women now under death sentences in the numberable prisons in the North as well as the South. We want every black man or woman that had a freedom to accept or reject being separated from the slave master's children. That's what he said. We know that the above plan for solution of the black and white conflict is the best and only answer to the problem between the two people.
That's right. Program out.
He said we want justice. He said we want an immediate end to the police brutality and mob attacks against the so-called Negro. We believe that the federal government should intercede to see that black men and women tried in white courts receive justice in accordance with the laws of the land, or allow us to build a new nation for ourselves, dedicated to justice, freedom, and liberty.
That's right.
He said, as long as we are not allowed to establish a state or territory of our own, we demand not only equal justice under the laws of the United States, but equal employment opportunities now. He says, we do not believe that after 400 years of sweat and blood, that so many thousands of black people should have to subsist on relief, charity, or live in poorhouses. Then he said, we want the government of the United States to exempt our people from taxation as long as we are deprived of equal justice under the laws of the land. Then he said we want equal education. For separate schools up to 16 for boys and 18 for girls, on the condition that the girls be sent to women colleges and universities. We want all black children educated, taught and trained by their own teachers. Under such schooling system, we believe we will make a better nation of people. He said we, the United States government, should provide free all necessary textbooks, he said, and equipment, schools and college buildings. The Muslim teachers shall be left free to teach and train their people in a way of righteousness, decency, and self-respect. Then he said, we believe that intermarriage or race mixing should be prohibited. We want the religion of Islam taught without hindrance or suppression. That's the program of the Honorable. How can you be following a man and not know the program? You don't even know what the man wants. But you saying I'm his follower. Following him to where and to what? If you don't know what he's asking for. See, is what he's asking for, are we working on it? Or is it that we disagree with some part of the program?
Come on, Muhammad. Come on now.
See? Is it that we disagree? Most of us don't like number 4.
Come on, man.
Well, 4 numerology represents foundation. So maybe that's why Jay-Z album is called 444. Foundation. It represents foundation. So what is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad saying? That our foundation is going to be based on land.
Yes, sir.
Land is the foundation upon which every nation gets freedom.
That's right. That's so true.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Very true, brother. Very true. Very true. The program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. What the Muslims want. What the Muslims want.
Yes, sir.
See, we are the Muslims. We are not they, a Muslim. We are the Muslims. What the Muslims want.
Yes, sir.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said what's good for us as Muslims is good for all black people. Because we are all under the same oppressor. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, I may look very insignificant to you, but I have the key to your heaven and I have the key to your hell. He said, some of you will say that Elijah Muhammad is not on time. But if I'm not on time, then what I say will not bear much fruit. But if I am on time, then you will see everything that I have prophesied and told you would happen. So now we see it. But we are still not giving credit to the man that gave us the message of what we would see in the very near future. Here is a man who said, I know the beginning and ending of it all.
Go ahead.
That's right.
I didn't know some of it. I know the beginning and the ending of it all.
Give credit.
You think you know, but I have encountered and messed with the best knower. And the best knower has guided me to guide you. But are we a people that want to be guided? See, we have been rebels. Rebels.
Yes, sir.
Recalcitrant.
Come on, talk.
Hard-hearted. Stiff-necked. Rebellious. Very uneasy to move. Very uneasy to influence. Very uneasy to inspire. So since we don't want to get inspired, the Caucasian has ample opportunity to conspire.
That's right. Think about it. That's so true, beloved.
Because we don't want to get inspired. A lot of us
Yes, sir. Tell it. Talk. Go on it now.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, I know the beginning and ending of it all. There are a lot of leaders out there, a lot of great leaders, and I'm not here to beat up the leaders, but they sicken me, man. I'm just telling you. They sicken me. They sicken me. They disgust me. Because there's not in their breast a desire but to be great.
Right.
So they take bits and pieces of the message of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and they serve it to a gullible people. See, it really ain't the message, but it's the messenger. It's who's bringing you the message. See, Minister Farrakhan has been saying what Jay-Z been saying for 62 years. Now all of a sudden, oh man, that was deep. No, Farrakhan been told you. Wait a minute, about how the Jews gain all the wealth. That's in America. But when he said it, it was anti-Semitism. But now Jay-Z is saying it, the Anti-Defamation League also saying it's anti-Semitism. But he's been telling us, been guiding us, and been warning us. So now you got a lot of these leaders who come and take what Elijah gave us. And they chop it up. They remix it and bootleg it. And then give it back to us. And since we don't know what he said, oh man, we so knocked out. Over what they said. But they're just saying what he said. And they remixing it. Mastering it and copyrighting it. Like it's theirs. I gotta say this. This is my brother. No, this is my brother. I'm not beating nobody up. But I seen David Ben online. And he's giving out these God boxes. I'm not beating nobody up. Go ahead. And I see in the God boxes all these books. Anthony Broder. It's good to read. I see all these books in there. Anthony Bryan, all these books. Henry Clark. Great men. But I ain't see nothing from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
Damn. It's like, I seen all these books in the God box. But I ain't see the man who God raised up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The man whose track record is matchless as it relates to ideology, what he taught, what he brought, and what he did. I'm sorry, but I'm not. The hell with that. We was talking, I won't say with who, but we was talking, and the brother was talking about Black Wall Street. I ain't saying no names. And I respect and I understand Black Wall Street. But damn it, that ain't our only frame of reference as it relates to seeing black people economically sufficient, doing good business in their own enclave. See, Black Wall Street really was just in one place. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had that in cities all across America. What the hell are you going all the way back to 1924? You can go right to 1960, 1970, 1950 and see a Black Wall Street. But we want to give everybody else credit. But the man to whom credit is due, and this is why Allah will not bless us, because he says that he hates ingratitude. And we are very ungrateful people trying to go around Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan. So this is why Chicago is catching the hell that is catching. Because we want to reject God's messenger. The Quran says it behooves not a believing man and a believing woman when Allah and his messenger have decided an affair to exercise a choice in their matter. The response of the believers when Allah and his messenger call is only that they say, we hear and we obey. That's the only response. The Quran says that they chose their leaders over God's messenger. Why? Because we want the message without the method. We like Elijah's message, but we don't like his method. See, really, we don't like the law. We want to be whores, niggas. See, this is what we want to be. We don't want to be right, and we don't want to do right. So we use an excuse, his domestic life. You're a damn hypocrite. And this white man raped your mother, your auntie, your grandmother. You still follow him. You ain't rejecting his social media. Just what he did to your ancestors. But yet you reject Elijah's message. We want the message. We want the look. But we don't want to be obedient. We don't want to obey. See, we don't like obedience. We don't like obey, only on our crab sticks. See? That's the only obey we like. Obey the seasoning. Not supposed to be eating crabs, but putting obey on the damn shrimp. How the hell you gonna use obey being disobedient to the man that God said obey?
Oh, you talking about it. Yeah, brother. Teach Islam. Go ahead.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has the best program for Black America and for white America. It is the best program. Why the hell are we arguing? See, this is what the hell we get. A lot of us, our children are suffering. We don't know where to take them. I just don't got no school. It's your damn fault. If we would have been trying to do what Elijah Muhammad said do, build a school, we would not be looking or like Hagar in the desert with our baby, trying to send them to a school. Elijah said, build your own school. But we thought that we can compromise with the white man in this world. Man, he ain't that bad. I know some good white folks.
It's obedient.
Come on.
Teach, brother Haqq. Teach.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the problem of the American black man is his unwillingness to be separated from his 400-year-old enemy. He said the problem, therefore, is harder to solve, especially with the enemy trying to fascinate the Negro with his lower-class girls and women, arraying them partly nude before the Negroes in every public news medium. Cheap daily newspapers and magazines, radio and TV, and the Negro is quick to imitate. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the fear of the white slave master have caused you to love them in a crazy kind of way. You, my dear people, are like women, desperately in love with a man who does not love her. Therefore, this love is blind. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says the man can beat, torture, ravage, humiliate, shame, and mock, but she will yet love him. And when someone tries to tell her this man is no good for her and certainly does not love him, she will yet love him and will become angered and defend such a man. This is a very sad thing, but a very true picture of the so-called Negroes. They love their talking to. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says they have been clever enough in their wickedness to make the so-called Negro slave love them, though they are their open enemies and murderers. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that what you are now suffering from the devils, along with what I teach you, if that is not enough to show you who your enemy is, he said, I feel sorry for you. You have no chance.
Come on now.
You have no chance.
Yes, sir.
You have no chance.
Yes, sir.
Separation is not go to the job tomorrow and say, hell with you, white man, I'm separated, I'm leaving you, I'm gone.
Yes, sir.
Not separation.
Teach.
It's not how we talk.
That's right, brother.
First, it got to be gradual. We got to do it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
See, as the Minister Farrakhan teaches us, that every other ethnic group in America is separated. The Asians are separated. They're not intermixing and intermingling. They got their own set. The Greeks are separated. Right now, in North, they got the net. None more Portuguese. Portuguese everything. The policemen, everybody is Portuguese. See, right here in America. But what they call that in sociology is an economic enclave. That's what they call call it? An economic enclave. It's an ethnic enclave and an economic enclave. And a man did a study in 1986, a sociologist, and he saw that people who create economic enclaves, they're better prone to do better business among each other because they keep all their money among each other.
Go ahead, teach, brother.
So we have to separate within the confines first and in the structure of this nation. We got to begin to build our own enclaves, just like the Jews do. And I'm tired of saying that. Damn, how long we going to keep referencing them? Man, the Jews do this. Okay, you now know that. When are we going to do it? I'm talking about what the Jews do. So you know what we going to do? And you know what we doing?
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Come on.
By Allah's grace, we going to build a school here.
That's right.
That's right.
No, we ain't going to build a school. We going to build it. We're building a school here.
That's right, brother.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said the time for talk is over. It's been over. How long we going to keep talking?
That's right.
We know the program now is implementation time. Now it's time to implement it. What he gave us. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
It's time to implement what he gave us.
Right. That's right.
This program got to be put into practice among us.
Right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
That's what we're attempting to do. Will you help us?
That's right.
We asking for your help.
That's right, brother. That's right.
We asking for your help.
That's right.
The first way and the first thing we got to do is clean up.
Yes, sir.
Or you out of luck with us.
That's right, brother.
See, there ain't gonna be no more mediocrity
That's right.
among us because the way that you destroy white supremacy is with black excellence, not black mediocrity.
Right.
So the first thing you gotta do is decide that, man, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna support my own. I'm gonna do by my own. And once you make your mind up, then you can help. Because we don't need no immoral business. We don't need no immoral school. See, then what the hell are we building it for? It's just like the man we trying to lead. You can't be a Muslim here and then a Negro out there. You can't be all pious up in here and then a nigga out there. Pardon the expression. See, we gotta be what we say we are. Because you are what you practice and not what you believe. You can believe all day, but if you're not practicing it, then it goes for naught.
That's right.
Yes. What kind of teaching we need?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Teach hard.
It's the kind of teaching we need. It's the kind of teaching we need.
Thank you.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us that we must study.
Yes, sir.
We must study.
Yes, sir.
But Brother Lionel read something very key. He didn't just say read. The Quran don't just say read. It qualifies it.
Yes.
Read in the name of thy Lord.
Right. Yes, sir.
See?
Yes, sir.
Read in the name of thy Lord.
Right. Very specific.
You can be reading, but reading the wrong thing. Therefore, you get the wrong results.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a lot of books out there. There's a lot of internet philosophers.
That's right.
Oh, hell yeah. A lot of YouTube scholars.
Yes,
A lot of Instagram scholars.
sir. Yes, sir.
But if we don't know this,
Say it, brother.
this is our puration system.
Let's
This is how we filter everything else. Now wait a minute. You filter it through this. But if you don't know this, you'll be running around talking about flat earth.
Listen. Careful. Listen.
Let me tell you what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said.
Go ahead, brother. Take your time.
Tell you what he said.
Go ahead, brother.
And our Savior has arrived. On page 84.
Right.
Write it down. He said, God has raised me from you and in the midst of you to give you the knowledge of self.
Yes, sir.
He said, you will not find me making a mistake in teaching you the knowledge of self.
Right.
He said, I'm so sure of the truth of you and others that I always offer a reward of $10,000 if you can find one word wrong that I teach you in the knowledge of yourself.
Right.
Then he says his message to the black man on page 166. He said, I'm here with the truth.
Right.
Take the words, turn them over, examine them, them. Put them on a scale of facts and weigh them. And if I'm not teaching you the truth, I say come up here and prove it, and I will lay down my head on the floor and let you chop it off.
That's right. Yes.
This is your message.
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is your message.
That's right. Come on.
This is your message. This book, Holy Quran, says in the 10th chapter, the 36th verse,
Yes, sir.
or the 10th chapter, the 37th verse,
Go ahead, brother.
look what it says. It says, in this Quran, 36, and most of them follow naught but conjecture.
Yes, brother.
Look up conjecture in your phone. You know you got a phone. Nigga, we don't go nowhere without it. I know what conjecture means. An opinion or idea formed without proof or sufficient evidence.
That's right. Yes.
And most of them follow naught but conjecture.
Right.
We was talking to a brother out here on the street. He gonna tell us he believe in the Big Bang Theory. We asked him, what is that? I don't know, but I just believe in it. That's what he said. I don't believe in none of that. What you believe? I believe in the Big Bang Theory. What the hell is that? I don't know. I just believe in it. Crazy as hell. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says on page 243, Message to the Black Man. He says, living under the rule of other than our own kind and self for the past 6,000 years has brought much misunderstanding, much not knowing, and many theories that have been used in many places. And the people have taken theories that have been used in many places. A theory is not true until it has been proved to be true. We today, 6,000 years from the beginning of this world, are disputing with one another on who is who and what is what. But the wisest step taken to put an end to this disputing was taken by God himself. And these same words, accept your own and be yourself. The white man just give you theories. See, astrology is nothing more than a theory. That's right. A lot of us up in here, you online, talking about Aries. Hell yeah, Virgo. I see you. We see you. A lot of you up in here. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Cancer. Hell no, yeah, you are Cancer. Cancer to the teachings and the ways of God.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Cancer. Oh, got quiet in here, I know.
Yeah, brother.
Talking about astrology.
Yes.
Astrology is nothing but guesswork.
Yes, brother.
Astrology is not astronomy. Astronomy is what the original man practiced. And astronomy is an exact science. Astrology is truth mixed with falsehood. That's all astrology is. Truth mixed with falsehood. But what we need today is all truth. Not truth. Man, some of that stuff be true. But no, we need all truth.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Man, I'm a Virgo. Like hell you are. You a Muslim. So the Quran or the Bible says, woe to the stargazers. Woe to the stargazers who look at the stars and then mumble and mutter. Make up things. As Minister Farrakhan said, it's only one damn star up in here that we gonna worship, and that's the star of God. We're going a little long, but we gotta teach like this because a lot of us are falling back into the gutter, falling back into the mud of this white man theories and hypotheses.
Come on, brother Haqq.
Einstein law of relativity, like hell you are. Hell you look like quoting Einstein.
Go ahead.
Einstein, shit, who the hell is Einstein? When you got a man that met with God. Einstein didn't give you no figures about the earth. Einstein didn't tell you how much the earth weighs, how much water was on the earth, how big was the mountains, how the mountains got here. He didn't tell you that. He a damn Johnny come lately, and we still following him. Quoting some damn Aristotle. Who the hell is that? These damn Greek freaks. How the hell we quoting them and following anybody else but Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan?
sir.
and to the gutter.
Yes, sir.
This book Quran said if they were only content with that which Allah and His Messenger had gave them.
Go ahead.
See, we sound like the children of Israel in the desert. Man, I can't just eat one food.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
So now we're trying to spice up the diet.
Yes, sir.
How to eat to live. We're going to make our own how to eat to live.
Yes, sir.
Ain't really following how to eat to live.
Say it. Say it.
We following our own stuff.
Say that.
Dr. Oz, anything else
Yes.
but what Elijah gave us. What the hell you look like out there eating that madness? You won't eat no bean soup, but everything else is good for you. You won't eat what God prescribed that you eat, but everything else you out there eat. You at every health food store, any place that look like it's healthy, you eating there. All the white man got to do is put some colorful things there. Hey, oh man, that's a good place to eat. How the hell you know?
Go ahead. Break us up, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You out everywhere eating everywhere else. I need this. I need that. No, what you need to do is do what God said do.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be successful.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting fat. I know you was getting fat.
Right.
Because I seen you eating at 12 o'clock. I know you getting fat. Now I'm gonna eat a little breakfast. I'm gonna mix this thing up. You know, he ain't say nothing about that. See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew us. So he said, I've done everything. So that when you write me and say that it don't work, I know you ain't doing it like I told you to do it.
Right. Think about it. That's right. That's right.
We ain't gonna make God and His messenger a liar. I'm telling you that. We're not gonna make God and His messenger a liar. He's not a liar. And His word is not to be taken for a decisive joke.
Sure, that's right. Go ahead. Yes, sir. That's right. All right.
God has come, man.
That's right. That's right.
To make us successful.
Right.
He has come to make us successful.
That's right.
If you don't believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad met God, then get the hell out of here.
That's right. That's right.
Because the disbelievers and the hypocrites, as Minister Farrakhan said, they wasn't missed in Noah Day. They wasn't missed in Lot's day. They wasn't missed in Muhammad the Prophet's day. And they ain't going to be missed in this Muhammad day. Be closing the door.
Say that.
Oh, that's right. The door's being closed. Farrakhan is our guide. He's our leader. And he's our teacher. And that's it. That's it. That's it. This is the book you should be reading and carrying. The miseducation of the Negro is good. But he still married a white woman. He still married a white woman. So how miseducated was the Negro? Or is that Negro that he still married a white woman? This is the only book you should be reading. God's messenger knows exactly where to place his words. Follow this? We'll be successful. Man, that's kind of hard. I know it is. But you need hard for people that are uncivil. People that are used to bucking. People that are not used to restrictions. You need hard law. See, when you break or fracture a bone, they don't give you a soft cast. They give you something just as hard as the bone that you broke. So that the hard bone can be kept still and given time to heal. So since we are hard as hell, then we need a hard law to make us back whole again, and then maybe we can take the hardness off. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Brothers and sisters, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us everything. And please let us not turn back. I read from the Holy Quran and we'll get off of it. The Holy Quran says in the 5th chapter, the 54th verse, O you who believe, should any one of you turn back from his religion, then Allah will bring a people whom he loves and who loves him. humble towards the believers, mighty against the disbelievers, striving hard in Allah's way, not fearing the censure of any censure.
Right.
This is Allah's grace. He gives it to whom He pleases, and Allah is ample giving no one.
That's right.
Only Allah is your friend and His messenger.
Right.
And those who believe,
Right.
those who keep up prayer and pay the poor rate,
Right.
and they bow down.
Right.
And whoever takes Allah and His messenger and those who believe for friends, surely the party of Allah, they shall triumph. Thank you, brothers and sisters. May Allah guide you and continue to bless you. Assalamu alaikum.